everyone, Christina here with Posh Pear. Just going to give you a video tutorial on my daily makeup routine. It usually takes me between 10 and 20 minutes, just depending on how in depth I go into things. But today I'm wearing the makeup very light, just a little bit of eyeshadow, some mascara on the top, and it's more of a day look. So I'm going to go over some of my favorite products that I like to use, some of the tricks I've learned, and hopefully you take something out of this. So we'll get started. I obviously have makeup on now, and I'm just going to go over what I did. And the first thing I do to get started is a primer. I love Benefit's Professional Primer. It's very silky, goes on very smooth. So once I do my moisturizer, when I'm out of the shower, I use Dermalogica. It's oil-free matte. I have very oily skin, so this really helps to control the oil throughout the day, and it does have sunscreen in it, which you definitely need on your face all the time, especially if your makeup doesn't have it in there. So moisturize and then use the primer all over your face, and I love this one because it is helpful for larger pores. It actually kind of fills them in, and it's very silky, very smooth. So what I do is I'll put this all over my face, and as well as the eyelid primer, which I use by Urban Decay. This one has a bit of a shimmer. You can get one without a shimmer if you want, and that will just go on the eyelids. And again, this is all over the face, and then I will do my hair and let all the primers do their work and kind of create that barrier and just let them sit for a while. So then when I'm done with my hair, I will go back and start my makeup. So the first thing I do is get a good lip salve. So this one by Smith's Rosebud is one of my favorites. And I'm just going to goop it on my lips to let that condition and soften them up while I'm doing the rest of my face. So put a good amount on here. Next, what I do is a little bit of contouring and highlighting. And let's see. Contouring, you can use an eyeshadow, you can use a bronzer. I like either a bronzer or this color by MAC. This is actually an eyeshadow called Saddle Matte. And you're just going to dab it in there. And the only places I highlight are on the side of my nose. So you're just going to follow from your eyebrow down the side of your nose. This is the cheapest nose job you'll ever have. You don't want it too dark. You're going to blend it, but you don't want it too dark because then it's hard to blend and you don't want to see that on there. And then the next is going to be your cheekbones. So if you just purse your lips, it's going to define your cheekbone on the side, and you're actually going to do the contouring right underneath there in that crease. And that's going to lift your cheekbones. So again, it's like plastic surgery, but a cheap version of it, so it's going to lift everything and just pronounce those cheekbones for that very model-esque look. So the contouring, and then my favorite concealer palette by Makeup Forever. You can tell which one I use the most. Get the color that's closest to your skin color, but is going to lighten a little bit. So then we just take a little bit, and what you're going to do is conceal underneath the eyes. This will get rid of any dark circles. And just blend everything well into your face. And then what I do is take a little bit more, and you're going to think of like a triangle right here. So it's under the eyes, down to the edge of your nose, and then up here. And you're going to just go all in here and add that concealer, and this is going to be a highlighting effect. So we're going to do this in all the places that natural light would hit your face to enhance your features. So same thing on both sides. And you should always use your ring finger when applying any makeup or anything to your face, because you have the lightest touch with that, and especially underneath your eyes because it's very delicate down there. So just blend this out. Blend it into your nose a little and out on the cheeks so there's no harsh lines. Do a little bit here, around your mouth. Now here I'm not doing a wiping motion, I'm actually blotting because I'm blending it to for any discoloration or anything. And then your chin, and then you're just gonna blend out. And then the bridge of your nose. So once we have the highlighting done and the concealing, I'm going to use my blemish concealer. This is by Tarte. Everything's all worn off. I'd show it to you. It's actually lasted me a really long time. Now I love Tarte because it's good for oily skin, and it's actually a little bit thicker. So I can put it on my blemishes, and it doesn't feel like when I blend it, like it's all coming off and I just did nothing. So I'm just gonna put it on top of the blemish and kind of blend it out. Okay, so I've got that. Now what I do is foundation. And you have an option here. A lot of makeup artists will actually do eyes first before foundation. So if you wanted to do your eyeshadow and everything first before you did your foundation, so if any of the shadow falls on your cheeks here, you can easily wipe it away without taking your foundation off. I've never done it that way, so it's just not my order of operations and I'm not used to it. So I do my foundation first and then I do my eyes and everything else. So I use Makeup Forever's Duo Matte. This is a foundation, it's a powder foundation. I don't like liquid because liquid just feels too cakey to me and it sets into creases. And I've never really liked it. With the powder foundation, what I love about this Makeup Forever's Duo Matte is it's great for oily skin, so I'm not reapplying it what feels like 30 times a day. And it's my foundation and what I use as a pressed powder throughout the day. So I might have to reapply like 2 or 3 times, especially now when it's hot and humid outside. So for summer, I have a little bit of a darker color since my skin is a little bit darker. So I just start at the bridge, bring it up to my forehead. You're just going to fill your whole face. And the great thing about this stuff is you can do it as light or as heavy as you want. So next, what I do is eyeshadow. Today I'm using 3 MAC eyeshadows. So I have this lighter one that's kind of a coppery gold color called Honey Lust. And that's going to go on my lids. And then for the crease, I have a little bit darker brown. This one's called Saddle. This is the one I actually used for the contouring. And then for the outer corners of my eyes, I am going to use Antique. So this is even darker than the one that we're using in the crease. So we're just going to start by putting it all over your lid. And again, I like to use a blotting motion on this, especially with the lighter colors, because it really gets the color in there instead of a sweeping motion. Since this is the color that's going to make your eyes pop. Make sure you get in on the inner corners too. And for the crease, I'm using that Saddle color. So we're just going to start out kind of like a rainbow here. And then for the outer corners, we'll use the darkest color. And you're going to think of making a V on the outer corner of your eye. So for a day-to-day look, I'm not really going to wing it out too much or make it too dramatic. I just start on where the edge of the color that we put on our crease is. And I bring it down to the corner of my eye, kind of at a diagonal angle, and then I'll make the other half of my V and come up. And then blend. And then to blend this even more, I'm just going to go back over the crease with the brush I just used to blend that darker color into the medium color. So there's no crazy lines in there and it looks uniform. Like it's going from dark to lighter. I like to go back over once more with the lightest color just above my lash line. And the next priming going to be for the eyelashes. I love this Lancome eyelash primer. So it actually goes on white, and I only use it on my top lashes. So you're just going to put it on the top lashes. And then once it dries, it's not white, so that's when you know it's okay to put the mascara on. So while that's drying, I like to do my eyebrows. And I use MAC's eyebrow pencil. This is like the best thing since sliced bread. It's the best one I've ever used. It's thin and it goes on easy. So this is great for just filling in any areas that might be a little bit bare. And then use small strokes. You don't want to use a big sweeping stroke. If you use small stroke, it looks more like your small little eyebrow hairs. I'll go this side. And it's really easy to shape your brows with this pencil too, again, because it's thinner, and when you come out onto the outer edge of the brow, it's not super thick. My favorite clear brow gel is Shape It from European Wax Center. This stuff's great. It will hold all day, so I like to just brush this gel on there, and then your eyebrows aren't going to be shifting throughout the day. Your primer should be dry by now, and you can put on your mascara. I have this one on the blog. It's Gifted Amazonian Clay by Tarte. I love this stuff. It goes on so easy. It gives great coverage. It doesn't smudge. What I do is just start at the base and kind of wiggle it up. And close my eye as I go too, because then that helps bring the color all the way up to the top of the lash. And next is blush. So this is e.l.f. I'm sure you've seen this if you're a Target fanatic like I am. It's very cheap. I don't typically buy their makeup products, but I really like this pink that they have. So this is one of my favorites. I've been wearing it all summer. So with your cheeks, you're going to want to pucker your lips a little just to define the cheekbones. And then you're going to, I always blot first in kind of a C shape up to your temple. And you're going to do it right above where you contoured, so it all blends up together. And then I sweep. After we do our blush, we're going to do a little bit of highlighting. And I like this MAC Honey Rose Illuminator. This stuff's amazing. It was introduced to me by Brianna Casey, who did my makeup for the bikini competition, and she also did a fun girls' night back in December for us over at my house, and taught a few friends of mine and I how to do our makeup. So just got some cool tips and tricks off of that. So what we're going to do with this is dip in here. This is, it doesn't go on super dark, which I like, so you can layer. It's always easier to add than remove. So what I'm going to do is just go on the top of my cheekbone here and kind of in a C shape around my eye. And if you are doing photos or photo shoot or anything and you maybe want a little bit more highlighting, you could go on the bridge of your nose, a little bit on your forehead, and a little bit on your chin, and that's going to have the light reflect off you beautifully. I have oily skin, as I've mentioned before, and I just don't like it there because it makes me feel like it's even more oily. And then for the brow bone, I love Kitten, which is a shimmer by Stila. And I use my ring finger for this, so just get a little bit on your ring finger and then put it underneath your brow. And again, this is just going to help the light bounce off. Really pretty. So after highlighting, blush, and everything, I like to go over one more time with my powder just to blend the cheeks and everything, and then all the highlighting that we did. So just another light layer. I don't even put very much on the brush, if anything at all. So just go back over the areas we highlighted. And then last we'll do lips. Today I'm going to use one of my favorite colors by Makeup Forever. It's their Rouge Artist Intense line number 10. It's a Cold, or Pearly Cold Pink, I believe is what it's called. It doesn't say it on the bottom of the tube here, but it's number 10 in their Rouge Artist Intense line. So since we put our lip balm on in the beginning pretty thick, I'm going to wipe some of that away. Anytime you're taking anything off your lips, make sure to wipe from the outside in towards the center so you don't smear all over your face. And then get any debris or anything off of there, but your lips should be nice and smooth and conditioned now. And with this color, I like to use my nude lip liner first. And the trick here when you're doing lip liner is to purse your lips but relax them. So it brings out the natural shape of your upper lip. If it's tight, it's hard to see that shape. So I line and then fill it in, just lightly. And that helps it to last all day too. And with this color, I like to add a bit of a berry lip liner too. It just makes the pink a little bit more intense. And so I'm going to go over my nude with that. Same idea, we're going to line and then fill in. Now with this one, I'm going to blend it with my ring finger, just so it's not harsh. And then we'll add our lip color. To blend everything, I go back over it with my nude lip liner. This is Ulta's brand lip liner in Flesh. It's my favorite because it's closest to your natural lip color, but still it's not so light that you can't see it. And it's great for blending like afterwards when you want to make sure there's no harsh lines or anything from your lipstick or your lip liners. And then last I have this lip gloss from Burt's Bees that is called Ocean Sunrise, and I'm going to apply this just to the center of my lips. That's it. This is the daytime look that I was going for today. If I wanted to transition this into night, I would just add some eyeliner, maybe bring that darker shadow down like I was saying before under here, add some mascara to my bottom lashes, maybe put on a bolder lipstick, and head out. So this is it for today. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment on the blog or shoot me an email over on the contact section of the blog, and I will be happy to discuss whatever with you. So thanks again for watching, guys. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.